Okay, let's just dive right into this explainer. Welcome to the threshold of the Black Earth. Today we're literally opening the grimoire to study the architects of the abyss, specifically the 5 emissaries of Nahemoth. For the beginner researcher out there, if you are ready to really understand the foundational forces of anti-creation and how they dismantle the static structures of reality, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get started.
So, here's our literal table of contents for today. 1. Welcome to the Black Earth. 2. The 5 emissaries revealed. 3. Practical influence and analogies. 4. Grouping by life tasks. And finally, 5. A step-by-step meditation guide.
Welcome to the Black Earth.
Now what's really fascinating here is this anchor point at the very bottom of the Tree of Death. In the source text, she's known as the Queen of the Night, and she acts as our direct gateway into the Qliphoth. Think of the Black Earth as the exact point where our material world crashes into the other side. It's the ultimate proving ground, really, where you absolutely have to confront your own internal underworld first.
Moving on to Part 2, the 5 emissaries revealed. Okay, take a look at this breakdown. These 5 demonic forces act as your messengers, essentially preparing your consciousness for ascension. We've got Nakamahal, the avenging force, Hamahal, the fiery eye, Mirshatel, the chaotic evilist, Adadel, the 4th pillar ensuring systemic flow, and Tazazel, the cleaving force. Together, they form this incredibly interconnected system that's specifically designed to completely shatter the illusion of our static material world and open up real pathways to the hidden light.
Part 3. Practical influence and analogies.
So, how does this actually work in practice? Let's start with Nakamahal. You can think of her as this absolutely unstoppable heavy demolition crew. When you're meditating on her frequency, I want you to imagine a massive tidal wave of dark water just completely washing over a dilapidated city. She dissolves old, stagnant reality and ruins outmoded structures. Basically, if a structure cannot survive the baptism of the waters of death, she simply washes it away.
Then we have Hamahel. He acts kind of like a highly focused magnifying glass catching the sun. To attune to him, you visualize channeling the raw, chaotic fires of the primordial void, what we call Tohu and Bahu. By meditating on this intense, focused heat, Hamahel dramatically magnifies your inner power, literally burning away any opposition in your path.
Next up is Mirshatel. She is the dark, violent storm testing the very foundation of a house. When you call upon her, picture raging waters of chaos violently testing and ultimately destroying false static forms in your life. She basically crushes the artificial boundaries holding your spirit back, making absolutely sure that only the truth remains standing.
And then there's Tazazel. Consider her a precise surgeon's scalpel. In your praxis, envision her as a cleaving force that literally cuts away the roots and branches binding your spirit to the rational mind. She surgically excises the illusions and barriers trapping you. It's violent, sure, but it's precisely targeted to liberate your spirit.
Now really observe the key difference between these forces here. It's fascinating. Where Nakamahal operates as this broad, systemic tidal wave, wiping the entire slate clean on a massive scale, Tazazel acts through a sharp, targeted inner liberation. One drowns the old world, the other surgically cuts the specific chains binding you to it. Both are absolutely forms of destruction, but they're deployed in totally different ways.
Part 4. Grouping by life tasks.
So, what does this all mean for your day-to-day life? The source material groups the outcomes of these emissaries into 4 main life tasks. First, you're burning away superficial social masks, which is heavily the domain of Mirshatel and Tazazel. Then, you're strengthening your true will and actually materializing your desires in the physical world, driven by Hamahel's fire and Adatel's systemic flow. Ultimately, this whole combined effort grants you access to the hidden light of the abyss. And you know, that's a light ordinary consciousness mistakenly perceives as just total darkness.
Finally, Part 5. Step-by-step meditation guide.
Now, for the beginner researcher, understanding all this theory is really only half the battle. You absolutely need specific Qliphothic sigils and formulas to create a structural resonance with the other side. To cross the threshold of Nahemoth, you'll use precise auditory and visual keys to tune your mind to the frequency of the Black Earth, acting like a beacon for the emissaries.
Make sure you write this formula down, chanting these names in sequence: Nakamahel, Hamahel, Mirshatel, Atadel, Tazazel, followed by Liftoshar Hanahamoth and concluding with Bashem Hana Amahem, is your direct verbal key. This incantation is structurally designed to literally vibrate the gates of Nahemoth open.
Let's put the whole shebang together into 3 highly actionable steps to safely attune your personal frequency. Step 1, deeply ground your energy in the concept of the Black Earth. Step 2, according to the source grimoire, chant the invocation formula exactly 11 times. And step 3, as you chant, visualize the dark, Teutonic sea completely washing over your consciousness, stripping away those societal masks until nothing is left but your raw, true will.
To wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a provocative thought. Yes, the Emissaries of Nahemoth are architects of profound unmaking, but destruction is just the precursor to ultimate freedom. So, once the demolition is complete and the false world is washed away, what will you build in the Black Earth? Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and I hope this has really illuminated these dark pathways for you.